For the last 3 years, we've gotten very used to ignoring everything this man says, and it's been good for our mental health, for just trying to move on and progress as a nation. We thought we were leaving him on the ash heap of history, so let's just ignore what he's screaming on the margins of society. But on Monday, 56,000 Iowa soy boys chose Donald Trump as their caucus king, so now he is the presuming frontrunner of the Republican Party, and probably going to be one of the two old men who were born before the forming of the nation of Israel who will be running for the presidency of the United States this November 2024. So we need to start paying attention as to what this guy is saying. We can't just look back on 2016 to 2020 and say, hey, I feel like people saw enough. They won't vote for him again. No, you have to actually look at what he's been saying since he's been out of office. So let's start with what he posted today on True Social, the knockoff Twitter website that he made for himself after he got kicked off because it's the only ramification that he faced for committing January 6th and sending a violent mob to murder Mike Pence in the middle of the U.S. Capitol. He has stated that the president can commit any crimes while he's president. That's what he is stating in all caps, like your uncle on Facebook, because you posted the wrong flag emoji somewhere in your profile. That's right. That's exactly what is happening here in this post. Donald Trump is saying that a president of the United States must have full immunity. Without it, it would be impossible for them to properly function. He then goes on to state that sometimes presidents have to cross a line, you know? But here's what's crazy. This is only half the argument, because Donald Trump is currently in court because he's being indicted for crimes he committed while president. And one of the things that's happened is his actual lawyers in front of Donald Trump, while Donald Trump was present in the courtroom, this wasn't hyperbole, this wasn't some bullshit. Trump's lawyer, who he has hired, he hasn't paid, but he has hired, stated to a judge that the president of the United States could use SEAL Team 6 to murder political rivals, and unless that person is both impeached and found guilty by the Senate, no one can try them for a crime. So Donald Trump here is stating equivocally that he can murder whoever he wants as president. He can kill, he can crime anywhere he wants in the entire world, including all across the United States, and it will not matter unless you impeach him and find him guilty while he's in office, which he knows you can't do because you need 67 votes to do that in the Senate, and Ted Cruz exists. Also, here at the bottom of this argument, he argues that he has the same capabilities as president as a cop. Instead of, remember 2020 and everything we thought about cops? That's his argument here, is I'm just like the 2020 cops. So instead of ACAB, he's arguing APAB. It's going to get worse. I just want you to know that. It's going to get worse.